You know, the whole "I told you so," I don't like that. What I hope is that you've listened to what I've spoken, listen to what I've shown, try to duplicate, make your own off-grid power, protecting your off-grid power, having a way of powering up medical equipment, communications, ways of cooking your food, heating your home, cooling your home when the grid goes down. So yes, I got the solar array behind me. I got a whole stack of solar generators back here. I pulled those out of the Faraday cage so I can kind of, I needed some props. Yeah, solar generators, like gasoline generators, all these things we stock up on. We stock up on fuel for gasoline generators. I mean, I do. I have solar, I have gasoline generators, I have solar generators, which goes in Faraday cages. We have EMP Shield for our solar grid. We have a wind turbine, but unfortunately the location I'm at does not provide enough wind to generate power from that wind turbine. So that was a hit and miss on that one. We were supposed to go to Wyoming for that. But anyway, today's video, guys, these satellite phones being given out to senators. Now, I want to stress out, no matter what happens, we can't control it from happening or not happen. All we can control is having our families prepared, having our plans in place, ready to execute them when necessary. Now, in case of an EMP attack, which is a high nuclear explosion in the upper atmosphere, it's an airburst, causing EMP. Our grid's toast, okay? One of the first things I want to tell you to do is make sure you have fire extinguishers in your home, because if these lines catch fire, let's take the Carrington event from a coronal mass ejection, telegraph lines actually caught fire. All right, you have wires coming to your home. Okay, so fire extinguishers, very important. Now, there's a whole debate online about modern vehicles versus older vehicles. Some say they all will work, some say none of them will work after an EMP. Quite frankly, I'm a prepper. I don't take a chance. That's why we use EMP Shield for our vehicle. Yes, I'm going to be hinting around at EMP Shield a lot. We are affiliated with EMP Shield. But I started prepping for EMPs and coronal mass ejections before I bought my first EMP Shield. All right, I've shown videos on making your own Faraday cages. All right, you can make them out of galvanized trash cans. You have to line them and you have to seal them, but it only allows a certain level of protection. Personally, I don't know if it's going to protect against the 3-phase of a EMP blast, but it might. It's better than nothing. All right, we have teamed up with Faraday Defense EMP bags that we put our comms, our computers, like our laptop and things of that nature, in those. I know you're going to be saying, dude, if the grid's down, what do I need power for? Well, our security system runs off power. We have spares on a lot of our rigs. So for my night vision, my infrared, that goes in Faraday cages. There's a lot of computer chips and stuff like that in there. That is so I can power those up after the grid goes down. They won't be fried. Our computers, they're in Faraday bags. That way, when I hook up our security system again, yeah, I have security because I have power. Before you go and buy solar generators, I always recommend a cheaper option, which is a gasoline generator. That's what our first buy was, and we still have it. We keep up to a 4-month supply of fuel, and that's a lot of fuel, but we don't keep it all in one spot. And also, hear me on this, check your local zoning laws on that. You can get in trouble for stockpiling fuel outside your house and you got a fuel depot. Okay, there's rules and regulations on this stuff. Don't get hemmed up before this happens. But I like solar generators because I can use the sun. Now, if it's a nuclear winter, total blackout of the sun, yes, solar won't work. Okay, but if it's a complete nuclear winter, total blackout of the sun, most life will die on Earth. We need the sun. So I don't think it's going to go that bad, but hey, maybe it will. What can I do about it? Not a damn thing. But I can prep as much as I can for other events, other things that happen. Okay, some things are just, you know, hand of God. You just cannot prepare for it. So with a grid down scenario, it's not just having power. You need food, because the grid goes down. Fuel pumps are not going to be working. There might be a couple mom and pop stores, and you know, they might get some things set up to get hand crank pumps to get fuel out of those tanks out of the ground, but it's not being shipped all over America. Refineries will be down. All this stuff will be down. Your grocery stores, they might try to sell something to begin with, you know, get rid of some of the vegetables and all that stuff before they go bad, but that's going to stop too. There won't be any food moving around. Your water, if you're on tap, if you're using electricity for water, it doesn't matter if it's city or well water, if you have no power, you're not getting it out unless you have a hand-drawn well. Most wells have a small pipe that goes into the ground. You cannot get anything down in there. Now, there are systems that you can hook up, manually pump up, but I haven't seen one that's actually been successful at ever pulling water out with a hand pump at over 200 feet. But it's possible, something to look into. So with this cell phone, I'm sorry, not cell phone, satellite phones, guys, it's telling me that our country is expecting something, and they want to be as prepared as they can be in case the grid goes down. All right, a satellite phone will do direct communication with a satellite, so these senators can coordinate and stuff with something. All right. Should you be freaking out? No. What you should be doing is continue to prep. We know, we can see everything that's going on, and I urge you to start prepping, start putting stuff back. Your water filtration, get your medical. If you're reliant on medical for your survival, get that stuff put back. Get it stocked up. Get food put back. I've seen the comments, I don't like canned food. It has a metal taste. I don't care. You know what? You do whatever it is that you want to do. I show you what we do here on the channel. I show you what we do here with our lives. We're preppers. We stockpile food. We have multiple ways of cooking, drying, dehydrating, canning food. We can actually grow food. Yeah, I've done videos on growing. Yeah, I can garden. A lot of people don't. I've shown videos on how to grow to seed. So you have a harvest, and you also have seeds for the next plot, the next time you plant. These are things that you need to understand. You need to learn how to do, because if you don't, you're eventually going to run out of seeds. All right, you need to know how to dry these things out, safely secure them for the next crop season. Because our canned goods and dry goods, if you're like me, you can only put back so much. All right, stuff gets expensive after a while. But that food, the canned goods, dry goods, long-term food storage, that stuff is to carry us through our growing seasons, through hunting seasons. Yeah. I want to point out something for everybody, because everyone says, I'm just going to run to the woods. You do know there's a reason there's certain hunt seasons. One of the old country ways, I can tell you this, is don't hunt for mammals unless there is an R in the month. Reason being, from my experience, June, May, you know, these hot months, a lot of these mammals, deer, squirrel, etc., carry bacterial worms, parasites, and that's not bacteria, parasites in their meats. So if you're planning on just hunting all the time, you better be charbroiling the crap out of that thing. Yeah, there's a reason why they have seasons. All right, it's not just so they can bust you because you're hunting without a license. That's part of a big reason there. Trust me, it is. But also because you can get sick if you're not hunting during the right times. I've been fishing before, and I pulled out fish that's had parasites in their flesh, not the outside skin, in that meat. You know what you're going to be eating looks like little worms. Yeah. So there's a reason why we stockpile food. Yes, do I hunt? Do I fish? Yes, I do. But you got to keep an eye on stuff like this. You know, Magic Prepper did a video, should be popped up here somewhere for you guys, or it's in the link in the description. He's talking about trapping, hunting, you know, small game, stuff like that, and the dangers of like bubonic plague and things like that. Yeah, you know, like ground squirrels. I believe it's in Nevada or Utah. They still have traces of the black plague, and that's from the fleas of rats and stuff like that. Yeah. So when it comes to this satellite phone, guys, it's just ramping up. Just be prepared. Be ready. We cannot change what they're doing. All right, we cannot stop anything from blowing up over a city and knocking out power. We don't have ways of doing that. What you can do is have your family prepared. Now, guys, of course, like I said, there's going to be EMP Shield stuff. If you are interested in EMP Shield, if you use our link, you get $50 off on those for your vehicle, your home, you know, solar generators. You know, check them out. You get 50 bucks off. So save a little bit of money. Of course, we're affiliated with them, so we get a commission on all these stuff. But we purchased ours before we ever got affiliated with them. Now I'm affiliated with them. I do get hold of some products you get to test out, do builds with, stuff like that. It doesn't cost me any money. It's one of the perks of being a YouTuber. But I'm showing you, we actually use this stuff. We show you how to wire this stuff up, how to hook everything up so you have power when the grid is down. Have a way of turning on air conditioning in the summertime. Having a way to turn on a heater in the wintertime. Okay? So guys, don't freak out about this, but you need to be aware that this is going on. What does it mean? It tells me that the word of something major happening and knocking out the power. So, what you need to do is have your family ready. Alright guys, speak to y'all later. Please keep prepping. First thing, water filtration, food, medicine. Now, if you need medicine to stay alive, that should be your #1 priority. Some medication you can't miss. Get those things in order. Defensive tools, seeds. Have ways of generating power. Alright guys, speak to you later.